Hello, my dear students, welcome back to week 11, MySQL session number 2. In this session, we will explore more about alter and insert statement. Okay, so let's begin with the PPT first. So, in this session, you will learn to create and manage tables and retrieve data. First, we will talk about altering a table. What do you mean by alter? Alter means modify, change. I will write down the simple word for alter, change. So sometimes you need to change your table which you have already created. So how can you change the table? Altering a table means changing its structure. What are the things which you can change? You can add a new column. You can change the data type of a column. You can add or you can remove constraints on existing column. Okay, so if you want to delete some constraint, in the previous session we discussed about constraint, unique constraint, primary key constraint and foreign key constraint. So if you want to remove that, you can do it by altering, by using alter statement. Okay, so it is used to alter a table. So what is a command? Please underline or write it down somewhere. Alter table. This is the command which you have to use. You can look at the syntax here. This is the syntax. Alter table, table name. You have to give the name of the table which you want to alter. Then you can add a new column. You can add a new constraint. Okay, so this is the name of the table which you want to alter, that is which you want to change. Then you can this is used to add a new column to the table. Okay, you can add it at the first or you can add it after some column. Okay, so you can add it at the first position or you can add it after some column. Okay, next is the name of the column which you want to add. You can also add a constraint. In the previous session I showed you how to add primary key constraint and foreign key constraint. You can alter a column. If you want to change some column like its default value, then you can use this command alter column. You can modify the column. If you want, you can modify the column. You can also drop the primary key. So if you don't want the primary key or foreign key, you can drop it. Drop means delete. So it is used to remove the primary key from the table. And you can also remove the unique key constraint. So you can remove the primary key constraint, you can remove the foreign key constraint, and you can remove the unique key constraint. All these things you can drop. Drop means delete. And you can also rename the table. If you want to change the name of the table, you can do that by using alter command. So let's take some examples. The alter table statements allows you to perform the following operations on a table. So what are the things which you can do? First, you can add a constraint. Okay, like you can add a primary key constraint or you can add a foreign key constraint. I have already shown you in the previous session. You can add a new column. You can modify a column. You can remove a column from the table and you can rename a table. You can change the name of the table by using this command alter table. Okay, this is very important, so you have to remember this. The alter table statement allows you to perform adding a constraint, adding a column, modifying a column, removing a column, and renaming a column. Let's see some examples. In this, you can see how to add a primary key constraint, which I have already shown you in the previous session. Alter table customers, add constraint. This is the name of the constraint, which has to be different every time. Primary key, and which column you want to be primary key. I want customer ID to be primary key. So primary key, customer ID. So this is an example of adding a constraint. Okay, you can try this by yourself. Okay, let's move on. Adding a column. You can add a new column in a table, like alter table products. I want to change the product table and I want to add a new column. So add column category. This is the name of the column, and this is the data type of the column. If you want, you can try this in MySQL along with me. So let me describe student info. Okay, and let's hit execute. So in this you can see these are my columns, and I want to add a new column in this table. So how can I add a new column in this table? Like for example, ID, name, father name. I want to add a father name here, a new column here. So how can I do that? I have to use the command alter table, the name of the table. What is the name? Student info. Then you have to use add column. The name of the column will be father name, and the data type of this column will be varchar, let's say 35. So this is how you can add a new column. Please remember this command. I repeat, this is the way you can add a new column to the existing table. This table is already there. So how can you add a new column in this table? So you have to use alter. Select your query and execute. And it is done. It is successful. Now you can again use describe. Okay, describe student info. Describe student info. And you will see father name is added at the end. Father name varchar 35. Right? Okay. Now let's see the next part of it. Modifying a column. You want to change the column, like you want to set some default value. So alter table name, and then you have to say alter column, the name of the column, set default. Okay, you can set a default value here, like I am setting a default value silk carpet for category. So let's try over here. Okay, so but before that, let's see how to drop a column. I don't want a column anymore, so I can drop my column by using this command, removing a column. So alter table name, drop column, the name of the column which you want to drop. So let's try this. Alter table name is student info. Then you have to say drop column, the name of the column which you want to drop. So I want to drop this column. Drop means delete. So let's do that. Father name. Okay, select this and execute your command, and it is dropped. How to check? You can use describe command. Describe student info. So select your command, execute, and you can see the father column is deleted or it is removed. So this is the command to remove a column from the table. Please remember this. Maybe write down in your notebook. Okay, keep writing all these commands in the notebook to practice, to memorize it. Okay, let's go back and see how to set a default value for a column, Okay, so I want to add a new column. Alter. Okay, let's say this country. Okay, country, can I put null? Yes. Okay, I if I don't want to insert any value, so it is null. So I can set a default value. If you don't insert any value, it will take some default value for country. So how to do that? Let's see this. You have to say alter table. Name of the table is student info. Okay, then you have to say alter column. You have to continue and say alter column space the name of the column which you want to alter, that is country, and then you have to say set default. Okay, set default, and then what default value you want to set. Let's say I will set default value as China. Okay, so select your query and execute. If everything is success, yes, you can see that it is successful here. Now I'm going to, is this is okay with you, right? Let me do one thing. Let me put this query over here. So I will come back to this query again to tell you what is happening here. Okay, now let's insert some information. Insert into student info values. Okay, so what are the values I have to insert is ID. So ID number 2, name, let's insert some name here, Tom. Then we have age, let's insert age 21. Then we have address. Okay, address, let's say from Hernan. Okay, now I'm not going to insert country. Okay, so can I run this? So select and execute, and it's an error. Why it's an error? Because in the table you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns, but how many information you are inserting? 1, 2, 3 and 4. So it's wrong. Here you have 5 columns and here you are inserting only 4. So that's why it is giving you error. So how to solve this problem? You can solve this problem in this way. Insert into student info. Here you can tell for which columns you want to insert value. Okay, so like for example, I want to insert for ID, comma, I want to insert for name, comma, I want to insert for age, comma, and I want to insert for address. So I need to tell for which columns I'm inserting this value. So 2 is for ID, Tom is for name, 21 is for age, and Hernan is for address. Okay, now select your query and execute. And it is success. You can see here it is successful. Did I insert the value for country? No. Now let's fire a select query. Select star from student info. Okay, so select your query and execute, and you will see that ID number 2, name is Tom, age is 21, address is Hernan. Hey, it is taking China. Did I insert a country for Tom? No, but it is taking China. Why? Because I have set this default value China. So if you don't insert country, then it will take this default value. Am I clear with this part? Okay, I hope I'm clear with this statement. You can set a default value for any column. Okay, like I'm setting a default value for country as China. All right, so this is clear to you all, right? Next step, I hope you have understood how to remove a column. The next thing we will learn is renaming a table. How to rename a table. Like, I don't like this name. I want to change the name of my table student info. So how can I change the name of this table? To change the name of the table, you can say alter table name, which is student info. Okay, and then you have to say rename and the new name which you want here. So you can say here HUEL students. HUL students. Okay, so this is how you can rename to, you can use here to state to. So rename to HUL students. Select and execute. It is success. Now to see here, you have to refresh. So refresh over here and you will see that the name of the table is changed to HUL students. Can you see that? HUEL students. I hope you have understood how to rename a table. So you need to write down this in the notebook, this command: alter table name, rename to the new name which you want for your table. Now let's talk more about manipulating data table. Manipulating means changing. So how can I do more changes to my table? You can insert some record, you can update some record, you can copy some data, you can delete some data. So these are all things you can perform. These are all operations which you can perform. So let's talk about insert data. Inserting data. Data can be inserted into tables using following two statements. Okay, so you can use insert statement or you can use replace statement. So these are the two statements which you can use to insert data into tables. Now let's talk about the first one, insert. Okay, it is used to insert a record into a table. What is the syntax? You can see the syntax rule. Insert, okay, into, you can use into table name and then values. Okay, you can also use low priority if your uh, query is not very important. You can use low priority. That means it is not very important, so it can execute after some time. Delayed. Okay, you can use low priority or you can use delayed. Delayed means insert after some time or maybe in the future, later, after some time. Ignore. It is used to specify how the insert statement that is used to insert multiple records is executed by server. So multiple records can be inserted at the same time. And then values. Now let's see some examples. You can use insert statement into two ways. Please write down this in your book. You can use insert statement into two ways. First, by using set command. Second, by using values command. Okay, and I'm going to show you each of them one by one. So let's talk about the first one, using the set clause. Look at the example. Insert into table set, this is the column name, is equal to some value, comma, column name, some value, okay, comma, column name, some value. Now how to use it, let me show you here in MySQL. Okay, so first I'm going to use my describe, what is that? HUEL students. So select your query, execute. I have this column, ID, name, age, address and country. Now I want to insert a new record. How can I do that? I can say insert into table name. What is that? HUL students. Okay, insert into HUEL students. Then you can use set command. Set, and then maybe you can go to the next line is okay. It will be good. Set ID. ID is equal to, let's say, 3. Okay, then go to the next line and then say name. What name you want to insert, you can give that. Let's say Sam. Okay, then go to the next line and say age. What age you want to insert? 20. Go to the next line and say address. So what is the address you want for Sam? Let's do that. Sam is from, let's say, Shanghai. Shanghai. Okay, here I have to put comma, and here also comma. No need to have comma for the last record. Okay, so that's it. This is what I want to do. Look at it, please. Look at it and write down in your notebook to remember this command. Insert into table name set, and then column name is equal to value. Next, name is equal to Sam. Age is int. Okay, good. 20. Address is varchar. Okay, Shanghai. Select your query and execute, and it is success. You can see here it is successfully added. I did not add the value for country. Okay, so what it will do, it will take China. Okay, let me do that. Select star from HUEL students. Okay, select your query, execute, and you will see that ID number 3, Sam, 20, Shanghai, China. China is a default value. I have already told you. I have modified my table and I have set a default value for country by using this command alter column. Okay, great. So let's move on. I hope you have understood this part. Now I will teach you how to use values clause. I have already told you this before, and it is very simple. You can use insert into, name of the table is HUL students, then you have to use values, open and close bracket, ID number 4, comma, what is the name I want? Let's take some name, Ram. Okay, then what is the next? Age. Let's take age as 21. Age is not varchar, so no single quote. Then next is address. Let's put address as Ushi. Then next is country. Okay, I'm going to give country this time from here. I'm going to use some another Gujarat. Okay, and here I'm going to say India. So this is another way you can insert a new record in your table. Okay, so select your query and execute, and it is success. Now how to check? To check, you can write a command, select star from HUL students. Select your query and execute, and you will see that this record is added for Ram, 21, Gujarat and India. I hope you have understood the two ways to insert statement. That is, you can use set command or you can use value command. Any one is okay. Understood? Let's move on to the next topic. The next topic is replace. Okay, the replace statement, it allows a user to insert a new record into a table. So the replace command is also used to insert a new record into a table, or it can replace the existing record with the new record. Replace. Do you know replace? What is the Chinese word for replace? Like if you already have some record and you want to change that, then you can use this command. Syntax, how to use it? You can look at this syntax. you have to use replace. You can use low priority or delayed if it is not very important, and if you want to run the query in the future, you can use it. But it is not compulsory. It is not necessary that you must use it. Okay, so this bracket is used, you can see here, right, into table name, and you can set some values over here. You can see this example, replace into product, and then we are replacing the values over here. Okay, we are giving some new value. I can show you this example here. Now let's say I want to modify Akash. Okay, I want to change this value. So how can I change this value? I can replace this. Product ID 1 already exists in the table. It removes the existing record from the table and adds a new record if a product with product ID 1 is already there. Okay, so let's do this. I am going to say replace. You can see that replace table, replace into table name. What is table name? HUL students. Okay, then you have to use values, open and close bracket. Then you have to use the ID number, that is 1. I want to replace this name to Titan. Okay, so 1 comma, now I want to change the value of ID 1. I want to change the name of ID 1, Titan, comma, age of Titan I want is 20. Then address is Chengzhou, and so it has to be in single quote. And then next thing is country. I want the country to be China, so let's put here China. Okay, so look at this command and please write down in your notebook, because you have to remember this command. So you need to by heart this command and memorize it, right? So select your query and execute. And something is wrong. Cannot delete or update parent row. Okay, very good. Why this is happening? Because there is a child. Okay, there is a child for this. This is here. Where is the another table? Student table and student marks. Yeah. So there is ID 1 in this table. That is why we cannot modify. Okay, so what I will do, let me do something for you. Select star from student marks. Select only this query and execute. And you will see there is ID 1 and there is a marks. So you cannot kill the child. Oh, sorry, you cannot kill the father if there is a child. That means you cannot delete this record if there is a foreign key is available. You can't. If you want to delete or change this, first you need to delete or you need to change this over here. So let's delete from my student marks table. So truncate table student marks. So select this query, only this query, and execute. Okay, it's success. Now I don't have any record in my table. So student marks, select this query and execute, and there is no record. Now I can change this. Okay, so select now and execute, and it is success. You can see here it is success. How to check? Please write down in notebook, and then to check you can say select star from the name of the table is HUL students. Select your query and execute, and look at that. I have successfully modified the name of the student whose ID is 1, and his age, his address, and his country. Everything I have modified By using which command? Tell me. By using replace command. Okay, write down in notebook and you have to remember this command for the future. Let's go and check out update. Update statement. To modify the record stored in table, MySQL provides update statement. You can also update or you can also modify the record by using update statement. This is the syntax you can see here. Update, if it is not very important, you can use this. Low priority, table name, set what you want to change. You can use set command. Then you can put condition. Like for example, let me give you an example now. This is the example, but I will give you my example. So let's say I want to modify the age of title. Only age. Okay. I repeat, I want to modify the age of title. How can I do that? To do this, you have to use the command called update. Update table. Okay. Update the name of the table. What is that? HUL students. Okay. Then you have to use set. Then you have to use the name of the column age, and I want to modify the age of title to 25. So do that. I repeat, update the name of the table, set, and the column which you want to modify. And then you have to write whose age you want to modify. So you have to say where id is equal to 1. That means wherever the id is 1, okay, that is this one, change his age to 25. Are you understanding? I repeat, wherever or whoever id is 1, change his age to 25 in this table. So select your query and execute, and it is success. Now to check, you can write down select star from the name of the table. What is that? HUL students. Select your query and execute, and look at that. I have successfully modified the age of title whose id is 1. Do you understand this? Please write down this query. I repeat, you have to say update the name of the table. What is that? Update HUL student. Okay, then you have to use set. Let's say I want to change the age. Okay, I want to change the age of everybody to 26. So update HUL students, that is table, set age is equal to 26. Now what this, I'm not writing where clause, and I'm not saying where id is equal to 2. I'm not writing this. I'm just saying update HUL student where set age is equal to 26. Execute. Now you cannot do this. Okay, you cannot directly do. You are using update mode and you are trying to update. 1 minute please. You tried to update a table without where clause. You can't do this way. You must put where clause. So where you can give id is equal to 2. Select your query and execute. Success. Now you can say select star from HUL students, and you will see that id number 2's age is changed to 26. Right? I hope you have understood this. Let's move to the next topic. Delete. How to delete a record. You can delete record from a table by using the following statement. 1. By using delete statement. 2nd, by using truncate statement. Okay, so first let's see delete statement. Delete statement can be used to remove or all or some of the record from a table. You can delete everything or you can delete some record, few records. from a table. This is the syntax. Delete. If it is not important, you can use low priority. Delete from table name where some condition. Okay. Let me give you some example for this. So you can see this example here. Delete from product. Okay, where product name is equal to this. So let me show you. I want to delete Tom. How can I delete only Tom? So if I want to delete Tom, I can say delete. Okay, delete from table name. What is table name? HUL students. Delete from HUL students. Then you have to write where id is equal to which record you want to delete. I want to delete this record id number 2. So where id is 2. So select your query, execute, and it is successful. To check, you can write down select star from HUL students. Select your query and execute. And you will see that id number 2 is gone. Yes or no? This is how you can delete a record. Okay. You can also say delete. Okay. Delete from table name, that is HUL students and select your query and execute. You can't. You have to use where clause. So delete from HUL student, you must use the where clause over here. Okay. If you want to remove all the records from the table, then you can use truncate. Truncate table name. Let me show you this. So I will say truncate table name. What is that? HUL students. Okay, select your table, select your query, execute. Okay, I cannot because there is a foreign key column. So first I need to delete all my records from here, or I need to delete this table first, and then I can truncate the value. I cannot use truncate when there is a foreign key in another table from linked with the primary key of this table. I cannot use truncate. I must use delete statement. Okay. So if I want to use truncate statement, first I need to remove the foreign key column from here. Okay, let me go back and here you can see if you want to remove a foreign key, you can use drop. Okay, constraint name. So this is how foreign key constraint name. Okay, this is how you can remove foreign key. So let's do this. Let's remove the foreign key from this table. Okay, id is foreign key. Yes or no? Yes. I want to remove the foreign key from this table. So how can I do that? I can use alter table name is student marks. Okay, then we have to use drop foreign key, right? Drop foreign key fk1. You need to give the name of the constraint fk1. Select your query and execute, and it is success. You can see here now. Now there is no connection between this table and this table because I have removed the foreign key from here. So can I use truncate? Let's try truncate table HUL students. So let's select the query and execute, and it is success. You can see here, to check you can write select star from HUL students. Select your query and execute, and there is no record. Why? Because truncate have deleted all the record. Truncate. So you have to remember truncate statement to remove all the records from the table. But you also have to remember, if there is a foreign key to the table, then you cannot use truncate if there is a foreign key. Okay, I repeat, if the table is connected to some another table using foreign key, then you cannot use truncate. That's all. This is your homework. What is the difference between delete statement and truncate statement? So please, you will write down this homework and you will remember the difference between delete and truncate. So read this carefully. Okay. Now next thing is removing a table. I want to delete the table completely. Then I can use drop table command. Okay, this is the example, drop table name. So for example, I don't want to use this table anymore. So I want to drop. So you can say drop table name is student marks. So select your query and execute, and it is success, and you can see the table is gone. Okay, so this is how you can remove the table. Now this is your homework, another homework which you have to complete. Homework. Now what is it? Consider the scenario of this is a hotel. The database developer, that means the person who works on the database, needs to store the details of customer. That means this is a table. This is the name of the table. Okay, I will write down table, customer table. He has to store the information in this table. What information? Customers, hotels, agents, room type in each hotel, and room rates. In addition, he needs to store information about countries in which the hotels are situated, facilities provided by the hotels, availability of the rooms in the hotel, reservation made by the agents, and bookings. All this information should be stored at a centralized location. Okay, this all information must be stored in some place. The database developer also needs to ensure data integrity while data is created and manipulated. Help the database developer to complete this task. Okay, so this is what you have to do. You need to create some tables. You also have to set up primary key and foreign key, and you have to store all these informations like customer, details of the customer, detail of hotel, agent, room type. All this information have to be stored. This is your second program or second homework. Consider this: the database developer wants to populate means insert, want to populate all the tables. The following table lists the record to be inserted in country table. So you need to create a country table and you have to insert all this record. Now I'm going to show you the solution for this. Okay, so you can see here, to do this homework, okay, this homework, you have to follow these steps. Look at it. First, you need to create a database, hotel reservation system. This is the name of the database. Okay, so you can create this database first. Then you have to use your database. Then you have to create a guest table with all this information, and in this table guest ID is a primary key. Okay, if you don't want to use this, is okay, there is no need to use it again and again. Okay, but you need to put semicolon here after this, here also. Okay, then you have to create another table, agent, to store information about agent. In this, okay, in this, agent ID is my primary key. Okay, then we have to store information about country, like country code, country currency, country name. Now in this table, what is my primary key? Primary key is country code. This is going to be primary key, and you can see this. This is my primary key, and this should not repeat. This column is a PK, primary key, and it should not repeat. Okay, so next table you have to create is hotel, and you have to put some columns like hotel ID, country code, star rating, hotel name, hotel email, address, city, code, URL, other hotel details, some information. And then what is primary key in this table is hotel ID. This is my primary key. Okay, uh, then key country code. So country code connected to country code here. Okay, constraint country code, foreign key. I'm creating a foreign key here now. Okay, so foreign key, country code. So in this table, foreign country code is a foreign key, and it references to which table? Country table, that is this table. And which column? Country code. So in this table, country code is a primary key. Okay, and in this table, country code is a foreign key. Understood? So that's it. This is what you have to do, and you have to run this code one. You can select all of them, and you can, what's wrong? Something is wrong here. First you have to create this table. Okay, you need to execute this table, sorry, query, and then you have to execute this query to continue further. Okay, actually I'm not connected to the database, or maybe I'm not connected to the server. That's why I'm not able to see this button here. Okay, so if you will type this, let me show you here. So select this, copy, and select, select and execute. So my database is created. You can refresh and you will see this database is there, hotel reservation system. Okay, then what is my next command is use hotel reservation system. So this command you have to execute. So paste it here, or maybe you can write, type, select and execute. So it is selected. Then you have to create a table. Let me show you one table, then you can do your homework. So select and execute, and I will get one table. So there is some warning. What is that? Not null. Okay, why this is not created? Because I'm using here int 11. There is no need to use this number for int. So just delete this and execute again. Something is wrong. Okay, it's already there. Okay, it's already created actually. So you can see the guest table is created with these columns. Okay, so there is no need to modify that. You can just keep the size 11 widths, something like that. Okay, so that's all. I hope you have understood your homework. So this is your homework from the practical part, and also there are some theory homework. So please do your homework sincerely, work hard. Okay, there is no success without hard work. So see you in the next class. Goodbye.